Welcome, everybody, to the most up-and-coming podcast this side of the Western Hemisphere. This is episode 2. You are joining Gary, Eddie, Pete, and Brian. Today on the podcast, we are going to cover MMA, WWE. We're going to break down the new baseball plan and NBA and NHL plans with a little more Core 4 and a special guest caller. But right now, Brian has some breaking news.
Breaking news. This morning, we heard some rumblings that WWE may be sold to ESPN and Fox as early as mid-May. This is huge. Now,
this is ridiculous. Oh my God, man.
I mean, so we all know the toll that the coronavirus has taken on the economy, businesses, everything. Vince has been hit really hard between the XFL folding. WrestleMania was, listen, there was no fans there. This is supposed to be the biggest time of the year for them. It's really rough. Backstage, morales are very low. And now we're hearing that the company may be sold to ESPN and Fox, which is owned by Disney. So, we already know Disney is this huge, pretty much monopoly. They own everything. Anything and everything. Now they could be owning WWE. This is huge news.
Are they getting 100% of the stakes?
I believe so. The details aren't really out there yet. Right now, these are just rumors, but usually when there's smoke, there's fire. So
I'm in the mindset that I'll believe it when I see it, that he would ever sell the company. You know, it's been in his family for years. You know, they still make money through Saudi Arabia and all that. So in the network. So I don't believe that they're that bad or worse off. And plus, the house shows I read doesn't make them money. So they lose more money from that. So I don't know. It could be just a rumor going around right now, but it would really be a game changer for everything if that happens.
From what I read,
house shows have been terrible.
Yeah, and the network would be sold as well. It's everything together. Now, you got to remember, Vince is getting up there in age.
Oh, that's fucking huge, man.
And even at this age, he's still at every show. He's always there behind the scenes. This is a lot for a man his age to be doing.
He's really on steroids, though.
No, well, listen, I know that, but they're even saying as of late, and he showed up on SmackDown last week, he's looking thinner than usual.
Oh, shit.
That's not good, man. That's really not good.
Catching up to him. It's catching up to him.
I could see maybe a deal where, like how the UFC did it, where he'll sell the stakes, but he'll leave like the operations in charge to his people.
Yeah, Steph, Triple H.
Like how Dana White's the runs the UFC. He'll do something like that. I could see something like that happening.
I know, but it's still monumental because just imagine what that means.
What would Disney change? They might make some changes.
I don't know if they changed much. However, I think they would. This could be a plus. This could be a positive. Just think of what they could do at the Disney World and Disneyland parks. They could even put on some shows. Like imagine WrestleMania at Epcot. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. That'd be sick, but I just hope they don't make it too PG. You know?
It's already PG
Yeah,
right now, man.
That's why I stopped watching.
Supposedly, Drew McIntyre on Raw last night or Monday. Supposedly he cursed, so who knows? I don't know. Maybe they're changing things up.
Are they still not allowed to show blood?
Nah.
No
blood, man. No blood.
Fake blood. They showed fake blood. Remember Shayna Baszler? She was biting Becky Lynch. There was blood all over. Fake blood.
What about Cactus Jack with the barbed wire bleeding profusely from his face?
Unfortunately, those days are long and gone.
That definitely won't be done at Disney with Goofy.
No.
It should. Fuck it.
Goofy versus Mickey.
Eddie, do you have any more thoughts about this? Or you looked a little shocked when we first mentioned this.
It is pretty monumental, but I'm also thinking that, considering Vince's ties with Trump and all this, you think this could be a political thing?
Possible.
His wife is in Trump's cabinet, so.
Now I remember reading about this very briefly, some time ago, over a month ago. So maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe it's getting more serious now with everything going on, but we're gonna have to wait and see.
It also could be somebody starting this up just because it's the perfect time to. It's believable because all the virus stuff going on, them letting everybody go.
And listen, look what they're doing. They're getting people talking, so they did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
True. Shout out to the Illuminati.
Yeah.
The WWE will never be the same.
It hasn't been the same for, oh my God,
Eddie's
almost 2
childhood was
Speaking-
died.
Hasn't been the same since I stopped watching in 2001.
Speaking of WWE,
Oh, stop it. It wasn't 2001, man. Stop
That was
it.
in the Attitude Era.
Oh, please.
I was there when Pete officially stopped. I was there.
2002 wasn't bad.
December 30th.
You didn't watch any of the Ruthless Aggression?
No, never got into Ruthless
Sure.
Aggression.
But did maybe you didn't? I'm thinking to shut your mouth. You didn't own Here Comes the Pain, right? In PlayStation 2,
Which one was that?
the one with Brock on the cover.
No, I never
Well,
put
I
any
remember,
with Brock or John Cena. Once
I
Brock
remember,
and
bro.
Cena
It was
took over.
It was July of 2001. Where I was at Pete's house. He told me he was done. I remember that.
July of 2000.
I went to the end of that year. The end of that year.
Oh, so, I mean, we could agree. You got tired of the whole invasion skit, man. Like, come on.
All right, Brian, what do you got next?
So since we're on the topic of WWE, there were a lot of recently released superstars in the past couple of weeks, and they added another one to the list. This was Cain Velasquez, who is a former UFC heavyweight champ.
Good riddance.
I
Good
agree.
riddance.
But hold on, let's get out the details here. He had
What a
pretty
waste.
much it was one and done. He wrestled in October against Brock. He lost. He had a couple of appearances where he was like Rey Mysterio's bodyguard.
Good
And
question. How was that fight between him and Brock? I personally didn't see it, but was it good?
not really. It was kind of corny. It was forgettable. So it wasn't that good.
All right.
But pretty much he was signed to a multi-year deal, and it hasn't been a year, obviously, with the coronavirus. Who knows if they're getting rid of him now? They're furloughing him. Maybe they'll take him back. I have no idea. But you got to think, what's next for him? Is he going to go back to AAA, which is a Lucha Libre company that he first started wrestling in? Or is he going back to MMA? UFC? Bellator, possibly? What's next for this guy?
I don't see him going back to MMA. I don't see him going back to that.
You think he's
At
gonna-
all?
I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed for him. in
He a little
MMA.
flabby
He's
now, a
down.
little fat.
Oh, he looks horrible. His last fight was a knockout loss to Francis, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Bro, but he just had knee surgery, so his body's breaking down. He can't train MMA anymore.
Too many chimichangas.
Yeah.
How old is the dude?
He's got to be in his mid-30s.
I would say mid to late 30s.
So he can't get back in and fight the top guys in the UFC. And what's he gonna do in Bellator? What's he gonna do in Bellator?
He could be champ in Bellator, quite frankly.
Bellator gets all the washed up dudes anyways, man.
Did you just take a shot at Frank Mir?
The what?
Did you just take a shot at Frank Mir, Eddie?
Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
No comment, man. No
He's no
comment.
Rich Franklin, but
Oh, so enough with the Rich Franklin hate, man.
So since
Take a
nice
shot. for that.
segue here, I got a nice segue into the MMA portion of the podcast. I got a lot of news here. Another former heavyweight champion, Junior Dos Santos, he looks lean and mean. It looks like he's been on the ketogenic diet. He's doing the keto thing. He's
It
down.
works.
He's down to 238. He looks ripped, abs and everything. He got the Vinnie Mac mustache going on. Is he aiming to go to 205? I don't see that personally. His last two fights were losses to Curtis Blades and Francis, which are two top heavyweights. His last win was Derek Lewis in March of 2019. So he's been active. He's steadily active. So, but I don't see him getting the belt anytime
his
soon.
last fight, he didn't look good.
No.
He really didn't look good his last fight. So I just think this is a last-ditch career effort. Lose weight, maybe try to get, like how they all do at the end, try to get themselves in the best shape of their lives, like Chuck Liddell did that time. So I just don't see it. He looked really bad his last fight. His chin is gone. I just don't
He's
see
never
it.
really had a great chin, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I agree.
He hasn't been the same since those Kane was.
Yeah.
You're right.
Those are brutal.
Those were brutal. Moving along, Vitor Belfort, another fighter from our prime years watching MMA. He's coming out of retirement. I don't know if you could really call it retirement. 2 years ago, he fought Lyoto Machida, got knocked out. And that was at UFC 224. So he just signed with ONE FC in Asia, and he's fighting a fighter named Alan Ghani, I think it is. Galani, I think. He's 4-5, very inconsistent. Loss, win, no contest. But the guy's huge. If you look up a picture of him, he reminds me of Hector Lombard. He's huge.
Wow, I remember that dude. Yeah.
Big guy. So, but you got to think this is not in the States. There's no USADA. He's
going to be roided up.
Are we going to see TRT Vitor?
I hope so.
He's gonna be all roided up, all TRT. But ONE FC is a legit company. Mighty Mouse is fighting there, right? And
Mighty Mouse Alvarez. It's a legit company. But who knows? I mean, the guy looked horrible last time he fought UFC. He was thin. He looked like the age has gotten to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you come off of testosterone. Your body shrivels up.
Of course.
That's exactly what happens.
And like I said, age is not on his side, so it'll be interesting to see what where that goes. In terms of UFC, we have 2 new main events for the May 13th and May 16th card. Now, put this in perspective. We have May 9th, the huge card, and now we have 2 other cards right after that.
Are these going to be fight nights?
So, yeah, these are going to be fight nights on May 13th.
Not to cut you off, May 13th is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's 3 cards. 3 cards in the span of 9 days.
That's beautiful.
It's busy.
Fucking beautiful.
Give us something.
Sign me up.
Yeah, so May 13th, you got Anthony Smith versus Glover Teixeira.
Ooh.
Interesting. And then May 16th is Overeem versus Walt Harris. Now, Walt Harris, I don't know if you guys know, he's a heavyweight. He recently, it's pretty sad news here. His young daughter was kidnapped and murdered, actually. Yeah, my heart goes out to him. I feel really bad.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So he's going to be fighting.
Where did this happen? Mexico?
No, I don't believe. I forget what state he's from, but no, it wasn't Mexico.
That was a big thing going around. A lot of people were supporting him.
Yeah, a couple of months ago. So, but that's an interesting fight with Overeem coming off that loss to Rosenstrike, who's fighting on May 9th.
Even the Glover and Anthony Smith fight, that's a real interesting fight. Anthony Smith, everything that's happening with him, too.
Did you guys hear what happened to him? The intruder in his house?
That was I advise everybody to go watch that and listen to his story with that. It was crazy how the guy came into his house and he was basically in a fight with a guy.
Wow.
A collegiate, like real legit wrestler. This guy just broke into his house. He started screaming at the top of his lungs. Go listen to the interview with Ariel Helwani. It's really good. It's crazy. And I think that might be it for my MMA side of the news. If you guys have anything.
Well, that's some pretty breaking news you just revealed to us, Bri. So moving on now to some other breaking news in the world of baseball. I don't know if you guys saw the story yesterday, but they announced that if they do play baseball this year, which it's looking like there's going to be 3 divisions, 10 teams in each division, an East, a West, and a Central. Did you guys see what teams are in each division?
I did.
I have not.
I still think the Yankees division, that's for the Yankees to take, man.
Well, let me tell you who's in the East, if you want to hear it. Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Nationals, Orioles, Phillies, Pirates, Blue Jays, Rays, and Marlins.
Oh, boy.
There are more terrible teams in that division than there are decent, man.
Well,
I don't know about that. That's a tough division.
Come on,
Yankees,
man.
Nationals, and Phillies are going to be in the top of that division.
The Mets aren't going to be that bad this year.
You also got the Mets and the Red Sox, who you never know.
Even without Syndergaard?
And the rest, kind of shitty.
Oh, the Pirates ain't going to do shit. Let's be realistic, man.
Listen, I'm all for it. If we're going to have a weird baseball year, let's just make everything weird. Let's just give 10, do these kind of divisions, do 7-inning doubleheaders, make everything weird. It's going to be a weird year as it is. Just make it.
Well, how do you guys feel about the idea of, like, all the teams playing in their own home stadiums?
Yeah, I didn't mention that. That's I like it. I'd rather have them play in Yankee Stadium than down in Florida.
I think that's the part that's going to be irky. But listen, even if Yeah, but even if they reach, because like California says they still don't want anybody in any sporting events or anything. So
Yeah, but they'll ease up on that as we get closer to July.
I think a possibility is them doing the East Coast teams playing in Florida, the Central teams playing in like Texas or something,
Yeah.
and the West Coast teams playing in Arizona, Vegas, or California, or somewhere like that. I think that's more like
that could happen. That's the most logical. But
I'm down for weird stuff, man. It's gonna be a weird year as it is. I'm down for it.
another thing that he announced was they're shooting for a start date for the season late June, with the latest being July 2nd.
I love it, man. I love it.
Very excited about that.
I miss baseball. I really do. It's America's sport. I miss it greatly.
It really has been that's been like, this is a time when baseball started. This is like the best time for sports. Is right now.
April comes around. I listen to Boomer and Gio on the radio, and all you hear are these contests, and you hear the Yankees, the Yes Network music behind it, giving away tickets.
Dun, dun, dun,
This is the best. This was the best time for sports. Every sports fan had something to look forward to this time of year. Baseball opening day, NBA and NHL playoffs, the NFL draft, even the Masters with golf, all the big fights. Like, this is the wheelhouse for sports, and we're losing.
Don't forget boxing and Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Yeah, the big Cinco de Mayo fights with Canelo every year. That's not happening. So, listen, it could very well be that, well, like the end of this year is going to be jam-packed with sports. Would be great, but we're suffering right now. This is usually our wheelhouse for sports fans.
I just want to
Basically,
know.
our economy.
I just want to know when our damn fantasy baseball draft is. That's the real question.
Yes, I want the fantasy podcast sooner rather than later, but that is true. You also got to think, I've heard rumblings that college sports might not come back until there's a vaccine.
Really?
I heard college football is a 50-50 proposition if college football comes back. NFL is gonna find its way. There's too much money, but college football, these kids aren't getting paid. So they're
not only that, sorry to cut you off, but you think it has to do with the fact that these are kids in college who go to school, they're always around, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, they don't. It's going to be easier for them to contract the virus if it's still going on than anyone else, because
they can't put these kids in a bubble. Like, what I'm saying is there's a chance that I've heard a couple of places that college might not happen. College football might not happen this year. That's
wow.
Listen, I love college basketball, but you know, I'd rather have Major League Sports going on right now.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't watch. Everyone knows I don't watch college sports, but you know, I feel for the athletes. I do. You know.
There's also the NBA. There's also news that the NBA is shooting for early July as well.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with that is that they're going to come up with a plan sooner rather than later, because they have to build basketball courts, and the two leading candidates are Vegas and Orlando. And Orlando has the element of Disney. So, and also in Disney, there are 9 courts already set up. So
really,
there is a chance.
They play the summer league over there, right?
Yeah, they're in Vegas, but since Disney is going to be shut down this year, there is a chance that they could take over Disney, make it all for all the NBA players and the staffs, and just play everything out in Disney. But they need to start working now. That's why they implemented the first week of May that they're going to make the teams practice, because they have to have all the camera crews and all the facilities getting ready now. So you're going to see some news in the next week or two about this.
I think it works perfect for Disney, man. Especially considering LeBron having to do Space Jam 2. You know, the whole – come on, man. It's good publicity, but, hey.
True.
So it's looking like there's more good news about sports coming back than bad news.
Well, hopefully football season starts on time. I mean, we don't have to worry about that until September, but
there's a couple websites proposing that they move the Super Bowl back this year.
Well, how far back though?
End of February.
Yeah, about a month they're gonna delay it.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible.
Listen, the only sad part about all this, I don't think we're gonna have fans in the stands this year. I think that's not going to happen, but I do think we'll have games this year.
I'll take it.
Well, hopefully they come up with something creative, though, man, just to get all of us involved somehow.
Well, that's why the basketball thing, what they're going to try to do with basketball is they're going to try to make these arenas where it goes like with a viewing. Because watching a game in a giant stadium with no fans in it, it's not going to be fun to watch. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to make it where that's why they need the camera crews and everybody to find a way to get involved and make it more of a viewing pleasure for the people at home.
Makes sense.
It's going to be interesting, but we're getting more good news than bad news. That's the main part.
Speaking of
Thank
football,
God, man.
Speaking of football, Gary, Caesar Sportsbook puts the over-under Lamar Jackson, 999.5 yards. No quarterback has ever rushed for more than 1,000 yards in back-to-back seasons.
With the offense that they run, I want to take the over. Just because of the offense they run, the type of quarterback he is, and the system. But two things. This is why I'm not – listen, I'm a Giant fan, but I also have a soft spot for Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs again.
Please.
This is a whole offseason to adjust to that offense. And we saw what the Titans did. The Titans put the blueprint out on how to stop that offense. So, and Lamar Jackson leaves himself open to get hit more. So I think I would kind of lean towards the under just because of the elements of it. The whole offseason, the game plan for him, and there's a possibility of him getting hurt. But let's remember, there is an extra game this year. They started the rule. This is going to be an extra game this year. So that's why that bet might not be over is playable because there's an extra game this year and there's an extra playoff spot this year.
They approved that? There's 17 games?
Yeah.
What?
17. Yeah. So
Jeez.
everything's on the table for that. That's a stay away from me. I would not put my money towards that. I have a couple other things I'd put my money towards, but I wouldn't put it towards that.
My personal, I see 1,100 yards by him. I'll take the over.
1,100 yards by him?
I see 1,100 yards, man. He's got something to prove ever since that fucking playoff game last year, man. He's motivated, man.
They've had a great offseason. I still don't think they're better than the Chiefs.
No, they had a good draft as well.
They did. They had them and the Chiefs had the Chiefs and the 49ers, three best teams last year, had the three best drafts. Figure that out.
49ers are going to be – well, don't sleep on the Broncos either, man. Whew, the Broncos –
Well, they got like 10 wide receivers?
Yeah. All those teams in the West had good offseasons. It's going to be a fun year if we have football this year.
who cares, man? It's all about Daniel Jones this year, man.
We'll save that for a later day. I just also want to remind everybody that next week is the big UFC 249 podcast. We're going to have bets, predictions for every fight. It's going to be a big podcast next week.
Yeah, guys, listen. If you want to make money, listen next week. Our track record speaks for itself. We're big-time winners.
If you want to make money, you're going to listen to us next week.
Guaranteed moolah.
True. It's true.
All right, guys, welcome back. Now we're going to do this week's Core 4, and this week's Core 4 is things you want to see at a summer barbecue. So listen, you go to a barbecue, and it's nice out. You're with your friends, everybody, you just chill. What do you want to see there? It's going to make it an epic summer barbecue. Like, what do you need to see there that makes it fun? Like, you go home like, man, last night was a real fun night. That's what we're looking for here.
I got
So,
some ideas.
get the order.
But first, let's do the order randomizer.
Let's do it.
Get ready for this, guys. All right. Everyone sees it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Brian, Pete, Gary, and Eddie. Let's randomize that order. So once again, we got Eddie first.
What the fuck is this, man?
It's almost identical. It's almost identical. Last time it was Eddie, Brian, Peter, Gary.
Fuck. I wanted to go first. All right.
Oh, come on. I think you should do it again, man.
No. Do it. Run it.
Run it.
Oh.
Eddie, Brian,
Run it.
Gary, Pete. All right.
Is this Snake?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll take the last pick. I like having two picks back to back.
Listen, I enjoyed it last time.
Where the hell's my piece of paper?
Nobody's touching this list. I'm telling you right now. This is pure gold.
All right. Eddie, you are on the clock, Eddie.
On the clock.
Let's hear it.
Well, first off, it's safe to say you can't have a barbecue without good food, man. Like, come on.
Good,
Realistic, man.
Right.
Can you be a little more
Pork,
specific?
steak. The what?
Choose
Can
one
you be
thing.
a little more specific?
What do you mean by specific, though? Like, it's just
Name a food. You can't say food.
burgers, man. Come
Okay,
on,
burgers.
man.
So you're going with burgers. Burgers is the first pick.
Burgers, man.
Very
Good
solid
answer, good
choice.
answer.
Everyone loves burgers, especially cheeseburgers, except for Gary.
Who doesn't love burgers, bro? Even vegetarians somehow have a way to fucking eat a burger, man. Like,
Absolutely. So I'm going to go right ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to say you cannot have a summer barbecue without the appearance of Vinnie Mac's nipples. Let's go.
Oh,
That's my number one pick.
Damn.
Sorry.
That was number. Listen, that was number. Listen, there was a power ranking out on Twitter. That was number one.
It was number one. And Pete, you can put the video right here of my I Do Barbecue Vinnie Mac's nipples. They made the appearance. Let's go.
Listen, I gotta say that was the pick. That was a big pick right there.
That was
huge pick right there.
Listen, you know
Power
what
rankings. Number
you know
one.
what gets you to that point? I'm going liquor. You need every summer barbecue needs liquor.
But now, Gary, you have to be specific.
Specific,
You
Gary.
have to. Because I'm very specific on this list.
I'm going vodka. That's
All right.
what I get my summer barbecue. And listen, I know this group well. Vodka is always a good choice, bro.
Tito's?
Yeah.
Tito's is the way to
Tito's
go.
vodka. So we'll give Gary Tito's right now.
A salute.
Solid choice. Solid choice.
Pete?
So I'm surprised no one mentioned this already. But you can't have a summer barbecue, especially in Gary's backyard, without purple drink.
Ah, drink.
Wow.
Purple drink,
right.
baby.
Purple drink. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Justin out there.
J-Man Suarez, he's in the whole Breaking Bad outfit doing the coronavirus thing. Shout out to you.
Purple drink, baby. Let's
Purple
go.
drink. Pete, you got another pick. That was a good one.
That was.
That was.
Another thing that, I mean, probably the purple drink leads to this. You can't have a barbecue without someone throwing up all over the place.
Oh, all right.
All right.
All right. I'm going with the crew. Your crew of friends. That's a big part of having the barbecue. You have to have a good crew of friends there. You have to have your crew there, the nucleus of your group to get the party going.
What's the point of having a barbecue if you're not going to be comfortable with the people that you invite?
And if you need your nucleus of friends, you can't invite outside, you can't have it with people you're acquaintances with. You need the barbecue to start off with the core of your friends, the core four. You need that at your barbecue.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Floor, baby.
Absolutely. Which leads me to my next pick. And I know you guys can attest to this because we've all indulged specifically at Gary's Backyard and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
And my pick is the mini Heineken keg.
Oh, come on. Damn it.
Mini
Fuck,
keg.
man. Shit. Damn, man.
Good pick.
I knew it.
Great pick. You took it, man. You took it.
Eddie, you're all too familiar with it.
Oh, my God. Well, technically, I innovated that fucking Heineken keg anyway, so it is what it is, though. It's all right. It's still a good pick, man.
And you're next.
Well, what's a barbecue without fucking good music, though, man?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was a good pick, Eddie.
What's a good barbecue without good music, man?
All right.
Now
Fair.
define good music, because we can't be playing Ja Rule and Jay Quan all night.
I don't understand. Listen, let's not start this conversation again, man. Listen, it's still good party songs, though, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, come on, just a simple good rotation, man. A little bit of anything.
Whisper.
Shout out to Whisper with the outro of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Track was
Listen,
fun.
I get excited still when I hear everybody in the club get tipsy.
Oh, man.
You can't go wrong with Ja Rule, man. Come on, man.
Eddie, you're up again, bro.
No, you could go very wrong with Ja Rule.
What would I be without you? Come on,
Eddie,
man.
you're
You
up
can't go
again,
wrong
bro.
with that. The what?
Your next.
Go again.
You have another pick.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Third
All right. So we got the music. We got the burgers. What's a fucking barbecue without the ice, man? The ice for the cooler, man. Like, come on, man.
All right.
You can't always bring a refrigerator outside anyways, man. Like, you need the ice for the cooler. And there's no such thing as not enough ice, man. That's the beauty about it, man. Like,
All right. I like it. I don't necessarily agree that it's core 4 worthy, but I agree with it. So here we go. Number 3. Guys, how can we have a summer barbecue without a couple of stogies, cigars?
that
was on
damn
my
it.
That was a good one.
That
That was on my honorable mention, though, by the way.
That was a what I call a mic drop.
All right. I'm keeping it old school. Beer pong. You gotta have some kind of pong thing going on. Beer pong gets the party started every time.
That is true. That is true.
I just want to say, guys, my clincher, my number 4 for this, you're all gonna agree with it. So it's a game changer. That's it.
Oh shit.
Let me reorder my shit then, man. Fuck.
All right, so I guess I'm on the clock here, right?
Yep.
You can't have a summer barbecue without some type of sports, whether it's a baseball game or a UFC fight. You gotta have sports.
The fights. I was gonna say that the fights.
Always having fights on the back. That's a tradition of this group right here. Putting the fights on, having barbecue during the day. That's a big tradition of ours.
Fights, Yankee game, football game, no matter what it is.
Let me say a perfect night. You chill, barbecue, and drink during the day. Watch the Yankee game, and then go inside at night and watch the fights, and then put the fights on outside. That's the way to do it.
Looking forward to that.
What's your last pick, Pete?
I mean, this one, I'm going to have to go with bratwurst. I mean, who doesn't like sausage on the barbecue?
Amen. Amen to that, brother. Amen, man.
All right.
I got a good one here. I'm going fireworks.
Oh.
You know? Fireworks is the way to go. You know, at the end of the night, everybody's having a good time. You light them off. The fireworks gets the whole block coming out.
So I like it. I like it. But it's such a rarity. I mean, how often do you do fireworks at a summer barbecue? I mean, of course they're majestic and whatnot, but if it's not the 4th of July or a gender reveal, what are you really doing?
Gary, we're not promoting illegal activities here, Gary.
Listen, we just have Vinny Mac on the podcast. That's an illegal activity as it is.
All right, true enough. Which brings me to my next pick and my final pick. And honestly, in my opinion, this is a game changer, a game ender. And we've all experienced this. And whether they were good or they were bad, and they were probably bad, no disrespect.
Oh,
we've experienced.
I see where you're going with this.
No, you don't. I'm talking about Dave Whispers Hamburgers. Hampton.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go.
You knew you were going to go there, man.
Another hamburger reference.
Yeah, but it's such a staple. It's so specific. We need these Dave's burgers.
Dave's burger.
Yeah, well, good thing you didn't go to the Poconos that one time, man.
Well,
No disrespect, Westbrook. You know I love you, man.
Listen, I'm just gonna say there's something missing here. There's a big B missing in this, Eddie. I think you got to bring it home with this.
Yeah. You can't have a barbecue without the bitches, man. Come on, man. Let's be realistic. I'm speaking for every single man out there, man. You know what? Not even the single man.
Oh,
Single, taken, whatever, man. Like, yo, you need that one girl with the skimpy outfit in every barbecue. I'm telling you, man. You just do. Shout out to the thoughts out there, man. Come on, man. We love you. I love you.
Bro, I think we all put up a good amount of stuff here. I think this was the best. I think this was a really solid core 4.
It's not
I
bad.
think so too, man.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. This is where you post all our core 4s, and now let the people decide out there, man. But It's the stuff. Anybody else have anything to say?
Are we letting the people decide?
Any honorable mentions? Any honorable mentions?
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. I got to be honest. I'm thinking about those truffle butter chips from Gary's backyard.
Oh, get with those chips, man. Oh my god.
Listen,
I got one. The one drunk guy got called the Uber for a little too early. Shout out to him. That person always gets the party started and brings it down a little bit. But shout out to that drunk person that's getting the Uber early.
Dolphin, this guy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wow, man. Wow. Well, it's not a barbecue unless you don't have that one really drunk motherfucker up in there.
It's usually listen. The last time we had a party at my house, somebody left here not speaking English.
Gee, I wonder who the fuck that was, man. Yeah.
So hey, listen.
I wonder. Don't listen to him, America. Don't listen.
But listen, I just want to say next week, the big UFC podcast. Remember, we're going to have picks. We're going to have our parlays. We're going to have our best bets. We're going to have all of that next week for the big UFC podcast. So,
guys, as I've mentioned, if you want that money, you better listen to the next week's podcast.
Oh, my God. You brought the props out for that one. Oh, my God.
These ain't no props, brother.
So, I want to say that. Anybody else have anything to say?
Shout out to Mello.
Oh, please.
Love you, man. Still love you.
On that note.
No,
Hold on. Shout out to Match the Kicks. Go check out the Instagram. Send me the Bills Legacy
Yeah, guys,
stuff.
we're going to do
Shout out to
unboxings. If you want to send us stuff, send it to Gary's house.
Yeah. Wait, what? But I'm going to unbox the Match the Kicks gear that they sent me. The Kobe stuff and the Last Dance stuff. But all right, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week for the UFC pod.
Be safe, America.
Peace. Peace.
Yo, from the start, I'ma finish it. Yo, and from the start, I'ma finish it. Cause I'm a running man on a mission. From the start, I'ma finish it. From the start, I'ma finish it. Yo, and from the start, I'ma finish it. Cause I'm a running man on a mission. From the start.